Hello. Oh my God. Can't tell you how disappointing it is to record for 12 minutes and then you realize you had your mic on mute. Oh. Okay, so I've created this channel just to go through some of what I'm seeing on the charts. I've had quite a lot of experience with trading, mainly Forex and indices. I don't really go near crypto. Okay, so looking at what's going on a high time frame. We're looking all the way back to 2015. We can see prices going up, little fake out of sorts coming out. Now, I'm not saying this is the correct, the only channel you need to be looking at. There are countless others. You can see them with the naked eye. You know exactly where to look. But I'm just using this as an example because I see this particular zone. Now, this remember it's a zone, not a line. This zone is being respected. Trend line, trend zone, same thing. It's been respected. It's had levels bounce off, bounce off, bounce off. Parallel, same thing. So on a high time frame, we know we're going up. Now, if we look at the daily and we stop looking back to 2015, because realistically, it's not going to help you. You can see here in the last 5 years, we've been going up. So if we were to look in the last few years, we've created some sort of triangle. We've come back down. Some people would say that's a retest of the triangle. Some people say it's liquidity sweep. I say just trade what you see. We're in a channel. I'm trading the channel. Just to get an overall idea. I wouldn't start making trades based off of what I'm seeing back in 2021. So if we just look at a daily and we zoom right into the last few months, we can see we're actually in a proper, well-respected channel. You can go up here and draw lines going down here, but that trend line, we're nowhere near. So what's the point right now to be counting that in? So if we're just looking at what's recent, that's the main thing. So you got here, respected, respected, respected. And when it's broke through, it's respected the line again. Zone, line, same thing. With this also, trend line's been respected and respected. Normally like to see 3 touches, but 2 is fine, especially if we know it's parallel, more or less. I think it's slightly off, just because illustratively poor. You could do it like that and it'd be parallel. Excuse me. So then looking at this, we've broke out of this. Now just to quickly touch on this. Sorry, I'm using my mouse pad, not my trackpad. Now you can see here that we've not actually closed properly. That's why I had it drawn slightly here. We've not actually closed the weekly outside of here, so do take it with a pinch of salt because we could easily get a fake out. These charts are very manipulative. You can see the high wicks everywhere else. So going to a 4 hour. Again, you can see, you can kind of tidy up your trend lines when you start to drop it down to the smaller time frames. Now you can see here. Oh my God, I hate using the trackpad. This is why I had it drawn here. Doesn't have to be exactly parallel, more or less. And look, you can see. Oh, time will escape. Okay, you can see it's broke out, respected it, retested it, and it's flown up. Now, what I like to look at here is we've gone up, we've made a new high. We've retested this level, made a new high this week. We've started to come back down. Now, I don't know if you can see this with the naked eye, but after trading the chart for some time, you start to realize that this was starting to form a channel. So I was looking for another breakout. Let me just drop it down to the hourly. You can see that's confirmed. It looks a lot better when you start to drop it down to the lower time frame, so the 15-minute or the 5. So if we look here, we start to form another channel. Now, again, remember these are zones, not accurate lines. So if you need help drawing lines, just remember they're zones. Now, personally, I took this and it might not have played into all of my confluences that I would normally look at, simply because, well, I'll explain that in just a moment actually. But the reason I took this is because it broke out, came back down to retest, and it flew. Now, any trader that you watch online or any video that you watch online, they'll tell you they got in here or got in there, and maybe they'll even show you back tested data and pretend it's live, or make out like they didn't know what was going to happen. Let's see what happens next, but they do. So this is why I thought I'd do a live video and explain what I'm actually looking for, because I didn't stay in this long, certainly not up to here. And what I'm looking for realistically is for this trend line, this channel, to be tested, or for previous levels underneath this liquidity to be tested. Because look, there's liquidity sitting here. Everyone that got in this move here and thinks they're diamond hands or whatever they want to keep to the moon, or at least to the top of the channel, they'll be having their liquidity here, their stops. Now I'm expecting people to take these stops out before price rises. So I look at the previous bit of structure. You know, the structure down here could also be respected, and it would coincide with hitting this trend line, or at least getting close to it. Now, what could also happen is, in my opinion, is this could create another channel like that. I don't mean it, not going to say here that it's exactly, because you never know, it could just keep going up. But potentially we could see another channel going all the way down to this zone, or potentially all the way down to retest this weekly slash daily channel. I don't know. You have to remember with trading, no one knows what's going to happen. You have to just work on probabilities, percentages in terms of what's likely to happen based on the information you've been provided with. So personally, I'm looking for these liquidity to be taken. We know the higher time frames looking at like a bullish move. So that should be telling you to look for buys. Now, another thing is if we go back to the daily, and I advise that everyone, when they log in the morning or in the evening, whenever you want to trade, whenever works for you, go onto the higher time frames. Look at what happened yesterday and what you're expecting to happen today. Because when I woke up this morning and I saw this massive green candle from yesterday, or white candle in my case, I was looking for buyers, looking for it to come back down. So when I logged in today and I saw downward movement and it was starting to form, let me just drop it to the 5, and it was starting to form what I thought was a channel. Now, earlier I had my channel line here, but I like to look at other areas. Um, that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. um, and I came in this morning looking at all of this happen. Now look, imagine if it's like that. You know, most people are thinking, "Oh my God, it's hitting this support. We have to get in right now." And then look, you were liquidity taken again. Made it look like it was breaking out of this trend line. People buying here, liquidity. It's just, there's a lot of manipulation in the market, and getting in here would have been a good little place to get in for a short amount of time. You have to have an idea of what you are looking for. So again, 4 hour. I'm expecting, let me drop it down, sorry. I'm expecting price to come down before it goes up. Whether that means creating a lower high and forming a channel that comes down, or whether it just kind of comes through as a slight retest to this breakout. And you'll come to find these channels aren't always tapped. You know, this might not be tapped exactly. It might come down now, for example, and tap it, or if it comes down later, it might just tap previous structure. One thing you have to kind of remember when you're doing all of this trading, and when you're doing your reviews and your back testing and your YouTube videos and your TikTok videos like this one, you have to remember that a lot of people that are selling you these dreams of becoming a successful trader, they are hoping that you are their liquidity. They're teaching you to do these kind of double tops and um, morning stars, evening stars, and don't get me wrong, they do work. Um, but there are also a lot of times, if you go back, there are a lot of times where those shapes and those patterns form and they completely get wrecked and you lose loads of money and then you revenge trade. So just bear in mind that you're trading against the banks, you're also trading against other traders, and you need to think where's the retail trader getting in? Where are they getting in? This person down here, buying here, just got wiped out. Their stops wiped out before a big move up. Now, you can't foresee this happening, but you have to remember this is what banks are looking for. This is what people are looking for when they trade. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to probably do an update. I'll leave the chart as it is. To be honest with you, this kind of region, this circle here that I'm highlighting now, um, and even down to this where it goes up, it's it's all guesswork. I personally think that it's going to come down before it goes up. I don't know where and when. This could be up here. This could be, not over there, but this could go straight down here. I don't know. It's a guess. But you can have an idea and multiple ideas of what you think could happen with the overall confidence that we think we're bullish. Like let's look at the 4 hours. You know, this goes back to May. Does this look bullish to you? It does to me. You can start drawing other trend lines if you want to. Like where do we see? Like look at this. I just I just saw that without even planning it, or without You could just see these things. Now, I'm not saying this trend line is going to be, or trend zone, so to speak, will be respected as like a key level. It won't. But you can target these areas and you can look at what happens around these areas. If you like the video, please heart it, please follow. It really helps. Um, I'll try and do more and more of these, try and help you guys learn. If there's anything you want to see or understand, please just add a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you quickly. I do work a full-time job and I have multiple things that I'm trying to build up on the side, trying to be better as a human, as a person, as a husband. I say husband, I'm a boyfriend, but I want to be a husband. Uh, but everyone needs money to do these things, to have kids. So follow along, join the journey. I'll do my best to be consistent for you guys. Hopefully, we can build a bit of a community, and I'll try and be as transparent as possible.